Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Muphidaht and I'd like it if you click down below to subscribe to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through basically the brushes that you need. I feel like it's essential to use the right tools so that you can easily blend out your makeup and look as flawless as ever. This video is going to be beginner friendly as usual. If you want to see how this video goes down, carry on watching and let's get right into it. Okay, so starting off, before you guys ask me, I would link this brush sets down below, and any other brush that I talk about I would link down below. So we're gonna start off with the eyebrows. When it comes to the eyebrows, you just need your brow products, but you need like a spoolie. This is what a spoolie looks like. It looks like a mascara wand. This brush would go in and comb your eyebrow hairs into place, so you definitely need a spoolie so that you can get your eyebrows in place before you fill them in. I'm gonna go in with my brow pencil from Evita Joseph and I'm gonna quickly fill my eyebrows in and we can move on to the next brush. This brush is from JSOP. They gifted me a brush set, this brush set, but before they gifted the brush set to me, I had already bought a brush set from them from Amazon, which is kind of crazy, right? That's the brush set I'm gonna be sharing with you guys. I'm also gonna be suggesting other affordable brushes, like brushes from Real Techniques, which you guys know are like some of my favorite brushes. You want to go back in with your spoolie and you're going to use that to spread the brow product evenly through your eyebrows, because sometimes when you use your brow pencil it kind of tends to leave clumps in the eyebrows, so you want to make sure that you are spreading the product evenly. Also with the front of the brows, you want to go into with the spoolie and just fade it out slightly so that your brows don't look as boxy as they look. So the next brush I'm going to be showing you guys is a brush that I'm constantly using on this channel. This is the JSOP MUL15. So this is a flat rounded brush that looks like this. I like to use brushes like this to clean up my eyebrows just because it's easier for me. I also really like this one from Evita Joseph. It's kind of similar to this one, as you can see the shape at the top. So these brushes are what I am comfortable with using to clean up my eyebrows. So I realize some people also like using straight edged brushes like this to clean up the brow. I have tried before and I was definitely not very comfortable using that sort of brush. However, if that's what you're comfortable with using, definitely do that. I'm going to be using that to pick up concealer and clean up my brows. I'm going in with my MAC concealer palette in the shade NC45 to clean up the bottom part of my eyebrows. When it comes to cleaning up the top of the brush, you guys are familiar with this brush. This is the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush. It looks like this. It's an amazing buffing brush which is small enough to fit into the space in between my eyebrows and my eyelids. Unfortunately, I don't have any substitutes. I've been using different brushes for cleaning or blending the concealer under my eyebrows, but this is by far my favorite. I'm going to suggest a brush that you can use from the brush set. This is a brush from the brush set, the JSOP MUL14. It looks like this. Even though it's not similar to this shape, it's also small enough to fit into this and also thick enough to blending the concealer and leave you with a full coverage. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this into my skin. So with cleaning up the top part of the eyebrow, I'm going to be using the same brush to pick up some concealer that is closer to my skin tone, which is the NC50 from MAC from my concealer palette, and I'm going to use that to clean up the top part of my eyebrows. I definitely didn't intend to go very skinny on the brows, but we moved. I'm gonna use the same brush to just blend in the concealer around my eyebrows. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the eyes first. I definitely am so happy that I'm going to be sharing with you guys eye brushes, because when it comes to eyeshadow, it's definitely super important to have really good eyeshadow brushes. So I'm going to prime my eyelids with my concealer and my sponge. I'm going to buff this in. There's so many different sponges you can use. This is from a bunch of sponges I got off of Amazon. Real Techniques has amazing sponges as well, so you can definitely invest in getting those sponges. Beauty Blender, if you can't afford to get it, there's the Purple Beauty sponges as well. They are all available on Amazon, so definitely just type it into the search bar and go ham with getting. These are my favorites. Beauty Techniques is trusted, it works well, it lasts long. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer down with some powder. So this is a fluffy brush that looks like this. This is from JSOP as well. Just a fluffy brush, but not very dense. It's amazing for picking up a light layer of powder and just dusting that off onto the eyelids. Just enough powder to set down the cream and the oils on the eyelids, but not overset it such that your eyeshadow will not like grip to your eyelids. So this is an amazing brush. Also, this setting brush from Real Techniques is amazing at picking up just a little amount of powder. Let me just show you guys like this, and it's so good at just dusting the right amount of powder on the eyelid. So pick and choose whichever you want to choose. Also, you can use a brush for multiple purposes, like what I'm about to do now. I'm going to do a quick eyeshadow look. I'm using my Juvia's Place Wahala eyeshadow. Is this called Wahala? Yeah, Juvia's Place Wahala eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use my JSOP MUL brush, the brush that I use to dust powder on my eyelids, as my crease brush. I'm going into this shade right here. I'm going to put that into my crease and outer V and just blend it out. As you can see, it's amazing at picking up the product and just spreading it out on the eyelids. So when it comes to putting color on the eyelids, this brush is something I would suggest. It's not as dense as the previous brush and it's not as wide and fluffy, but it is just enough to pick up especially matte eyeshadow colors. If you're going to be picking up a shimmer color, I would suggest using a flat brush like this one, or this flat brush that I use to carve out my eyebrow. You can use this brush to pick up shimmer colors, but when it comes to matte colors, I always suggest using a brush like this because it's going to be able to pick up powder and pack it up onto your eyelids but not have a lot of fallout. But when it comes to shimmer, you need like a light layer. Pick it up to smear it on your eyelids. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but yeah, I'm going to be doing a matte color on my eyelids inspired by my top. So I'm going to be doing something lavender. So I'm going into this shade right here. I'm going to use that all over my eyelids. As you can see, it's just stamping a lot of the eyeshadow color onto my eyelids. So I'm going to go back into the darker color, this one. I'm going to use that to kind of smoke it out just a tad bit. So while I have you guys here, I'm going to show you guys how to apply false eyelashes. I keep getting comments even though I keep filming videos as to how to apply eyelashes. So I'm just going to show you guys. What you want to do is apply glue to the lash band just like this, and you're going to set the eyelash down until the glue becomes translucent. I'm using the IMovie eyelash strip lash glue. When it's getting tacky, meaning in when it's getting sticky and not liquidy or dry, it gets blue. It becomes blue. But some eyelash glues tend to get translucent or blue when they are drying down, but this one, it becomes a little bit blue. Let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So you see towards the end, it's kind of turning like a light blue. That's when you know that it's drying down. So that's what you want to do. You want to apply the lash glue like thickly on the lash band, especially if you're going to be going out, so you want eyelashes to stay down. You are going to do that. So when it comes to drawing a line close to your lash line, you want to have a brush like this one. This one is a dense small brush that's going to be able to draw a line or a wing for you, especially if you are using matte eyeshadow to draw your wings. I'm going to suggest another brush from Morphe, which I love. This is another type of brush that I like to use to draw my wings. You guys know that I like using matte eyeshadows for my wings. This is a brush from Morphe. It looks like this. It's small and dense enough to pick up enough pigments to be able to draw my wings. This is the Morphe M508 brush. It's amazing. As you can see, it draws the wing and picks up just enough pigment. You want to apply your eyelashes when it is tacky, so you want to have your mirror like this and look down so you can see your lash line. You're gonna grab your tweezers, hold the center of the lash like this, and you want to apply that as close to your lash line as possible. You want to put it at the center, make sure it's seated, and then grab the end and then push it to the end as well, and then the front. So the front got a little bit dry, so what I'm going to do is to take a little bit of the glue and I'm going to put that right close to my, oh my god, to my lash line. I put glue on my face, but we can fix that. I'm just gonna leave this clip in so you guys would see that applying the lashes is not always as seamless as it looks online. So yeah, I'm just attaching this right where I apply the glue, and I'm going to just leave that to sit. I'm going to leave that to sit while I apply the other lash. Okay, so I'm going to scrape the glue that I applied here. Okay, all right. Okay, so we fixed that. The eyelash is actually seated on. You can go in with your fingers or with this tool that I got so long ago. I literally don't remember where I got it from. It looks like this. So it's kind of helps me to push the eyelash close to my lash line. You can use your fingers as well. Let me just show you guys. Instead of using this, you can use your fingers. If you don't have this, just use your fingers like I did. So you just... So you see this is closer to my lash line and it's looking very nice. So as you can see, there's a little bit of space in between the eyelashes. So I'm going to just use my fingers as well so you guys can see. So I hope this helps my girlies who still don't know how to apply eyelashes. I really hope this helps. So when you apply your eyelashes, it just kind of messes with your wing. So you can go back into your lid color and your brush and just hold the mirror so that you can see your eyelids. This is going to make sure your eyelids look so clean, like your eyeshadow still looks good. The eyelashes didn't mess up your eyeshadow. You're just going over the main lid color, and then you're gonna go back into your brush that you used to blend out the crease color, and you're just going to blend it into your crease and then into your eyeshadow. This is why I like using matte eyeshadows for my eyelids, because I can just go back in and fix my eyeliner if my eyelashes messed it up. So we're gonna move on to the base, which is the foundation, contour, concealer, blush, everything in between. I'm gonna start off with primer. As you know, I'm gonna use the Danessa Myrix Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. So for foundation, I am going to use the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation in the shade Macao. So my favorite part, foundation brushes. I'm going to be showing you guys 3. So this is from JSOP. I really like the shape of foundation brush because it paints the product onto your face and it just gives you the nicest full coverage, and it's able to enter all the corners and crevices of the face. This is the JSOP MUL02 brush. Real Techniques has a similar brush. This is what it looks like. Also blends the foundation in seamlessly and it's able to enter the corners and crevices of the face. This is the Seamless Complexion Brush 241 brush from Real Techniques. Real Techniques also has another amazing foundation brush. This is the Buffing brush. I really like this one as well for blending out foundation. So whichever brush you can get your hands on, these are all affordable options. So I'm going to blend this into my skin. I'm using the JSOP brush. As you can see, it paints the foundation on the face and it just gives the most amazing coverage. As you can see, it just blends the foundation into the skin so seamlessly. And then in with a sponge to pick up any excesses. So we're moving on to concealer and contour. For contour, I'm gonna use the Laguna bronzer from NARS. I finally got the powder version of this bronzer. I'm so excited. I got it on sale from Ulta from their 50% off annual sale. I'm so happy about it. Anyway, so when it comes to cream bronzer, I have been using this brush always. This is what it looks like. It's slanted like this. This is from JSOP as well. This is the JSOP 04 brush. Real Techniques also has a version of this brush. So this is new to my collection. This is the Soft Sculpting 450 brush from Real Techniques. Real Techniques also has a contour brush which looks like this. This is an older brush that I've had in my collection for a while. So I'm going to use the one from JSOP. I'm going to be applying my Laguna bronzer from NARS. It just fits right where the cheekbone is. As you can see, it helps you to blend it out very seamlessly. So I'm just going to keep blending this. As you can see, it just fits right in there. Also fits right at the jawline. For highlighter, I'm going to use the One Size Turn Up the Base Concealer in the shade Medium Dark 3. I'm going to be applying that everywhere that I apply highlighter. I feel like when it comes to highlighter, you guys know my favorite brushes to blend out. I'm gonna be quick about it because this concealer dries down fast. I have no idea why I just applied it before talking about the brushes, but this is the Real Techniques Soft Accents brush. I really like this for blending out my highlighter. This is the Colorbox Cosmetics CD15 brush. I like this brush because it has 2 ends and it just blends my highlighter very seamlessly. This was a gifted brush from JSOP. This is the JSOP F03 brush. Also amazing for blending highlighter. So I'm going to start off with using my Real Techniques brush. I'm gonna go in with a sponge. I go back in and just blend out the harsh lines. I'm going to apply cream blush. This is from e.l.f. This is the shade Very Well. With cream blush, I have 3 brushes I like to use. This one is from Sephora collection. As you can see, slanted. I often use this brush. This brush is from JSOP. It's rounded, but it also works as a cream blush brush. This is the MUL05 brush. And this brush from e.l.f., the e.l.f. blush brush. I'm going to blend out with the JSOP brush. Going back in with a brush to blend out any harsh lines, the blush brush. Cream bronzer to do my nose contour. I'm going to show you 2 brushes. This brush is from Patrick Ta. It is the nose contour brush. It comes with 2 sides, this side and then this side. This brush is amazing for blending the nose contour. This is for powder and this is for cream. I really like this brush. e.l.f. has a dupe of this brush. Also, you know how I said you can use the same brush for multiple uses? This one is from JSOP. It looks like this. It's also amazing for doing the nose contour because it's dense enough and it's kind of flat enough to like fit and draw the 2 lines at the sides of the nose. I'm gonna use the JSOP brush to just show you guys what I'm talking about here. As you can see, it picks up just enough product and you can just use that to draw down the sides of the bridge of the nose. I literally didn't have to go back into the product to pick up anymore. It just picked up enough, but you need to be careful. As you can see, I've overdone it with the nose contour, but I'll go in and fix it. I'm gonna start setting my creams. I'm gonna use my 1 size powder. So I'm gonna use my powder puff, this one, to set. So you can use a sponge or a powder puff or the setting brush from Real Techniques. Either works fine, but just make sure that you are ironing out any creases before you set your concealer. So when it comes to powder bronzer, I'm going to show you guys 2 options, maybe 3 options. I'm going to use the NARS Laguna bronzer. I'm so happy I got this. I have 3 brushes that are my go-to. This brush from JSOP that I use to blend out the cream bronzer, you can use to apply powder bronzer as well. This one from Real Techniques, this is the Real Techniques 400 brush. This is the blush brush from Real Techniques. It also works for bronzer. And this brush from JSOP, this is the MUL03, also works well for bronzer. So either works fine. I'm just gonna use what I used earlier. I'm so happy I got this bronzer. Oh my god, it looks so good. I'm going to tight line with a black eyeliner. And then back with the brush that I used to apply the eyeshadow, the eyeliner, sorry, I'm going to use that to smoke out the lower lash line. So you can use the same brushes for multiple purposes. For powder all over my face, I'm gonna show you guys 3 options as well. These have been my favorites for some time. This is the JSOP MUL1 brush. This is a dupe for a brush from Sephora, I think. This is the Zoeva Face Finish brush in 108. One of my favorite powder brushes as well. And finally, this one from Real Techniques. This is the powder brush. Either of them work fine to set the face. I'm going to use the one from JSOP. It picks up a lot of products and it just packs it onto the skin. I'm gonna use this brush from Real Techniques, the setting brush, to dust off any excess powder and blend it in. And for blush, I'm going to use the NYX Buttermelt blush. I'm going to use this brush, the brush that I showed you guys, the MUL03 from JSOP. Highlighter, you don't need a brush that will pick up like a lot of products. You just need something that's going to deposit just enough product. So I'm going to show you guys 2 options. Okay, so these, as you can see, is fluffy enough to pick up just enough highlighter and blend it out sparingly on the skin. I like to use this brush for the inner corners, the tip of the nose, you know, those areas. Similarly, you can use these brushes. These are the JSOP brushes from the brush set I was talking about. This is the MUL07 and the MUL10. These would pick up just enough products to blend it out on the skin sparingly, because you know, with highlighter you don't want to overdo it. So I'm going to use my Juvia's Place highlighter, using the smaller brush to apply my highlighter on the brow bone and inner corners. And then for the cheekbone, as you can see, it's just spreading it out sparingly on the skin. And then I'm going to set my face with the Milani Make It Last spray. I'm going to apply some mascara on my lower lash line. For my lips, I'm going to use the MAC Night Mauve. And then I'm going to overline with the Wet n Wild Kohl liner in the shade Pretty in Mink. It's a darker brown. Then for the center, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Fuchsia Flex gloss. So guys, this is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I would list all the brushes that I used down below, including the brush set which is listed in my Amazon storefront. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you guys found it helpful. Don't forget to like this video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Share it with someone who would find it helpful. Let me know what you think down below. I will see you guys in my next one. Take care guys. Bye.